I'm here with Mark Nelson, and he's going to show us a fold forming technique that you can use to create botanical shapes in your jewelry. This is really a great technique, Mark.
It is a great technique, and it was actually pioneered by a guy named Charles Luton Brain way back in the early 80s.
Okay.
And the fold I'm going to show you today was discovered by a guy named Kevin Plunket. So this is called the Plunket fold.
Okay. Well, show us, what do you start with? It looks like you're working with copper.
I'm working with copper. It's a great way to get used to the techniques before you go into silver.
Okay.
That way you can get all that taken care of. I am using a 26 gauge, which is a little bit thinner than I normally do, but that's because it folds real easy.
Easy to fold.
All of this has been annealed, heated, and then quenched so that it's very easy to manipulate by hand.
Okay.
And I'm making a very subtle fold right here, edge to edge, and just a slight little pinch.
And does it matter what size the piece of metal is that you're working with? You just
Not
want a
really.
rectangle or square?
You know, I did these about 2 inches square just to start with, and it's really been helpful for me to learn the technique.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is put it in a vise in such a way. Let's see, we'll go about that far.
So it looks like you're at an angle.
You are at an angle, that's right. Okay, nice and tight. And then you kind of push it down a little bit and you start tapping it down. I'm using a goldsmith hammer. It's a nice little hammer. There again with a smooth face. And I'm watching the metal bend. I'm trying to keep it really centered. You hear the change in the noise?
Yes.
That means it's work hardening.
All right. So you're being careful to be pretty even on both sides.
Right. Hammer it down. Take a mallet, and we're going to...
Before you go on, tell me about this vise.
Okay, well this is just a regular bench vise, and what I've done is a modification with the copper plates.
Okay.
Let me show you just real quick, because it is kind of important. These little plates come on and off, and they're lined with brass, so that there's no teeth here marking the metal. I had to make those myself, and they really help with the technique to keep the metal from getting marred.
I see.
So what we need is a mallet, and we're going to just kind of finish tapping it down a little bit. And when we're done, we need to take this out and anneal it again, okay?
Would you use a torch for that?
I use a torch all the time. It's a lot quicker. So I have a piece here annealed, and what we need to do now is we need to fold this up. So I stick one of the legs in there, like that, and just kind of give it, and you're looking for like a 45-degree bend.
And you can just do that with your hands.
I get it started with my hands, and then a few little taps, like that, and then do the other side. Get nice and snug in there, and we're going to tap this down, kind of like that. Not very much, just a little.
But you do the same thing on both sides.
Exactly. You need it even.
Okay.
Okay. There again, we're going to anneal. You anneal after every step.
Every step, all right.
And now what we do is we go over to our little bench block here, and we need to just kind of squish it. And there again, I got my bench block on a sandbag to kind of deaden the noise. Here we are.
All right, so it's flat again.
It's flat again. Now we have to
Anneal it again.
Exactly.
I'm learning.
Reason being is that every time we hit it with a hammer, we're work hardening that one little spot. And if we do that, it's going to change the whole thing.
Okay.
Now we go over to this beauty.
What is that?
That is a rolling mill. Kind of like the Rolls Royce of rolling mills.
Okay.
Mostly because it's built in Britain. But what we do is we do a dead pass. Dead pass is when you roll it through and nothing happens. Okay? Now we're going to tighten the rollers, bring the rollers tighter together. And we need to do the corner first. Yeah, a little smoother. You see it's kind of shiny in spots?
Oh, yeah.
A little more. And we'll do it one more time. So now it's nice and creased.
All right.
Okay? And we do what?
Anneal it again.
Anneal it again. That's right. I actually need to show you how to do annealing one of these days.
Yes, you do.
You're just going to kind of fold it open a little bit, stick it in the vise,
Okay.
and take some pliers, and then you very carefully start pulling it open. And that's when the magic happens.
So you're actually going to start pulling the fold apart.
And you just got to do it really slow, really carefully. If you have to stop and anneal again, you can keep on doing that.
Wow, and that's when
there's
your
our-
shape
And we're using,
really becomes clear.
yeah, using the nature of
Wow.
the metal to reflect nature.
Oh, what a good idea.
idea.
And so on this piece, this is once you've pulled it apart, right?
Right. Once you have the shape, you can cut it up, mold it some more, whatever you need to do.
And it looks like the color is a little bit different on the last one there.
Yeah, every time you anneal it, the metal is a little bit different temperature, reacts with the oxygen and the gases a little bit different, and you get different patinas.
All right, well, thanks so much, Mark.
You're welcome.